I feel like the Winnipeg Jets and the Maple Leafs have a similar problem. So the shocking thing to me about Vegas is how they were an expansion team,
Mm-hmm.
and that was that first year they tried that new expansion system
Yeah.
where each team could protect so many players, and then so many were protected because they were rookies, and
Mm-hmm.
then so many were just left open,
Yeah.
and the team coming in could pick.
Right.
I find it interesting how successful it's been for Vegas,
Mm.
but I also
Me
find it
too.
interesting how it hasn't worked out as well for Seattle.
Yeah.
That's a case study, and I just don't know if it's because the first time around it was so new,
Mm.
and so
We're like, oh, we gotta try it. We gotta.
teams didn't really protect all their best people, whereas maybe this time
No.
around they're like, yeah, we need to protect these people because we know these people are
Yeah.
going to be our people we want to keep.
That's why Seattle hasn't won a cup yet. That's why they haven't made it to as far as the Eastern Conference
West.
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 Eastern. The
Don't worry,
the Western.
Seattle hasn't moved. It's still in the Western Conference. I mean, though, hey, if you live in China, it could be in the Eastern Conference. We're going east. Where to? Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh, okay.
So we would be the Atlantic, and we'd be Atlantic. The West would be the East. China would be the West.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Whatever Vegas is doing, whatever their secret sauce is or recipe, man, it's working.
It's
Keep it up,
working.
Vegas. They already have a cup.
Yeah, they do.
They have a cup, and they haven't been in the league like, is it 10 years yet? I don't even know if it's been 10
It's
years.
coming up on 8.
Eight, okay, 8
Yeah.
years. And they made the playoffs like every year
Yep, every
almost.
year.
Yep. So keep going, Vegas. You're
Yeah.
doing it right.
You're getting
If
there.
I'm going to Vegas, I'm betting on the Vegas Golden
Vegas
Knights
Golden
because
Knights.
the odds are good,
Very good.
especially to make the playoffs.
The playoff.
I think they have 100 to 0%,
Oh,
right? They've never not made the playoffs. So I think they're 100 and 0.
100 Just keep going. You're on the right track.
Mhm. So that's interesting that they're trailing Minnesota. But
Yeah.
you know what? I would love to see Minnesota have success
Yeah.
because the flower
The Flower. I was just
Fleury's
thinking
on
that
that team.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
And it would be nice, even if Minnesota doesn't win the cup, to see Fleury have a nice deep playoff run.
Right.
If it is confirmed, which I think it is, that he's going to retire
He's gonna
at the
retire.
end of the season.
Yep. Because we did talk at the beginning of the season that he wanted to go to a playoff contention team.
And we thought it was a bit, I mean, I thought it was a bit odd that he was staying in Minnesota if he wanted to guarantee himself playoff contention. But hey, he made the right decision.
He did.
Really interesting one series out west where you have two evenly matched teams, and I'm really keeping an eye on is Dallas, Colorado.
Oh, Dallas, Colorado.
I find that
That's
series really interesting.
me too.
I
Yeah.
would not count Colorado out by any means.
No.
They'll be right back in it.
I'm rooting for Colorado all the way.
I am rooting for Colorado too. Now, we're doing a hockey pool at work, and I did pick Washington to win the cup only because I have no faith in my Leafs.
Okay.
And so, I picked Toronto, Washington third round,
Yep.
and then I picked Washington winning and going to the finals versus Edmonton.
Oh,
Edmonton, I picked Edmonton beating Colorado in round three out west.
I agree.
And then it was Edmonton and Washington in the final, and I picked Washington winning the cup.
Washington win the cup. I could see that because, if obviously we see if Ovechkin, if he wins the cup, we could potentially see him retire.
He says he's not going anywhere, but
Really?
I mean, he kind of said that at the end of the season. They said, like, are you going to retire? Because he hit the big milestone. And he said a couple of years ago that if he got there, he may retire.
Hmm.
And he said, no, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh,
But yeah, my question would be if they win the cup and if they win the cup, he's hit the goal milestone. Would he retire? I don't think so.
no.
He's still got it in him. I mean, he's what, 3 games in the Montreal and Washington series, and he scored what, like 4 goals, 3 goals already for it.
Yep.
He scored the overtime winner. So no, I don't see him going anywhere right now. He's out there having fun.
Yep.
Out there having fun and extending the record. I mean, whoever's going to try and beat him is going to have
Yeah.
to do just that much more.
Oh, for sure.
If he was to win a cup in the same year he beat Gretzky's record, that would be quite something. I
That would
mean, he's
be.
definitely a Hall of Famer. That's a
Oh,
guarantee already. But
yeah.
that would be a story for the books too. Get the goal record and win the cup in the
And
same
like
year.
here, who? Well, they did come up big over Vegas. Was that their first year in the league? Washington won the cup.
Vegas's first year in the league. Yeah,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
so
So
they
Ovi does have a cup
already, and
already, but I think he wants another one.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
going after two, eh?
I think he wants another one, but we'll see. We'll see
Let's see.
what can be done there.
I'll be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for the Blues over the Jets.
You're going for the Blues over the Jets.
Yeah.
I how do I
Not
say
that I
this?
don't like Winnipeg. It's just
Right.
I think just we've seen this over and over every year where Winnipeg builds up their talent and then they just they spend so much you know million-dollar contracts on players and
Right.
they just don't get anywhere.
I feel like the Winnipeg Jets and the Maple Leafs have a similar problem
Yes,
in the sense that they're very good in the season,
they are.
but it doesn't always translate well into playoff hockey. Now we'll
No.
see what happens with the Leafs this year, and we'll see
Yes.
what happens with the Jets this year. But there seems to be some common theme there about, well, we're great in the regular season and watch out, but then come playoffs, it's like, are we
Oh,
really that good? We
yeah.
just lost the first round, or we went to round two and we lost.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Both of those teams have some experience behind them now. They've been in this position a couple of times already.
They have.
The shocking thing to me about the PJHL playoffs this year was Alliston getting eliminated by the Aurelia
Oh,
Terriers. That was
the biggest
interesting.
the biggest upset.
I was not expecting that. Alliston went all season with zero losses.
Seriously,
They were 100% wins all season long. They
I
didn't
didn't even
lose a
see
single
that.
game, and Aurelia managed to take them out in the playoffs. And then the other shocking thing for me, at least in the East, was Clarington getting swept
Swept by
in 4 games by the Napanee
the
Raiders
Raiders when they swept Georgina.
when Clarington swept Georgina in the series previous.
Yeah,
I just found that shocking.
yeah.
I mean, I know that Clarington Napanee played last year and Clarington won the series, but I didn't think that Clarington
No,
was going to get swept by Napanee.
by Napanee. You thought they'd at least win a game or two, if
Oh,
that.
I thought Clarington was going to beat Napanee, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Clarington got eliminated in 4 straight games by Napanee.
Mm,
I was also surprised by the Georgina Clarington series. I literally thought that Georgina would give Clarington a run for
oh,
their money this year,
me too.
and they got swept.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, I know. It's real crazy.
If you think about it, like, oh yeah, okay, I could see Clarence Napanee, but I could also see Georgina Napanee.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that like the Wesley Applejacks or
Yeah.
the Lakeshore
Lakeshore Canadian.
Canadians weren't out in the West. It was not really surprising for me to see Hanover there because that's who Clarington played last year.
Okay.
So
Pedrolia, that was a
yeah,
surprise for
yeah,
me.
Petrolia, they've had a good team, and the Blues,
Oh,
the Dundas
Dundas.
Blues,
Dundas Blues.
they were doing pretty good this year. And the other one that was a shocker to me was the Grimsby Peach Kings.
Oh, really?
I thought they might get past the New Hamburg Firebirds,
They,
but they
did
didn't.
they go to game seven?
I believe they did, and they
Yeah.
lost by 1 goal in game 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is give you a whole different story.
Yeah, so no, it should be interesting.
Hmm.
The Napanee and Hanover series is back and forth, and
Oh,
New Hamburg and Essex. I haven't been following that as closely. Have you checked that out?
no.
No, I'll have to look into that and get back to you all
All
with an
right.
update on that. But and with that, we'll say that's all for now from Rinkside Hits Clips with
Bye-bye.
Noah and Zach. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode and enjoy the playoffs.
Enjoy the playoffs. Lots of hockey to watch.
Go!
Woo.
Woo!
Woo.